Hello, Leonardo. Or however that works. I think this works, yeah. C out N. What am I doing? Print N with a certain width. Let's say my width is, I'll go up to 50, so the width is 2 is good. I also want a certain indentation. Let's say I have an indentation of 10, whatever, just a test. No. So do it the old-fashioned way. Let's find something with put S, maybe. Nee. What is a fast way to write n in n characters? I think streambuffer maybe. Good to set fill and the width to the total thing. Maybe that's what I should do. I'm not sure. Let's already do something maybe bigger, like value type. So just make it an it's unsigned. Unsigned in 64 type. We'll go big. C standard int. That's nice with an indentation. Okay, now I want to print Pascal's triangle. Okay, we do not need any indentation for the first thing. So this is n, and then let's say a binomial is n over k, also written as c and k, which is defined as n factorial divided by k factorial times n minus k factorial. Well, that's one definition. But of course we can just use Pascal's triangle, meaning that, say, we have something like a 1 followed by a lot of diagonal ones. Hello, Sashinder Kushin. Yep, and so on, and where every time each number is the sum of the ones above it. So 6 is 3 plus 3. And this is then equal to say n is, n, suppose we begin with 0. Yeah, because this diagonal is equal to n. So that would be correct. And then k is like here. K it's not the most aligned diagonal value, but get a picture. Let's say k is 0, 1, 2, 3, oops, 3, and 4, meaning n. For example, let's take the 6 here. N is 4 and k is 2. Then we get 4 factorial, which is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 is 6 times 4 is 24. 24 divided by 2 factorials, 2, just 12. Divided by 4 minus 2 factorials is again divided by 2, 6. So, yeah. But I want to print it. And in order to print it, I need to construct the next line, horizontal line, and then print that line. So I'm going to store that line in a vector. These are values, so value types. And that's just one horizontal line. Let's call it a row. And we begin the row with a single element with the value 1. And then I will begin printing that. But we need to look ahead in order to know the indentation. Moreover, I want, as the stream description says, I want to calculate the modulo 3. So what we are really going to print is the modulo 3 value of this, which means that you subtract 3 until you can no longer subtract 3. So this becomes 0, and this becomes 0, and this becomes 1, and this becomes 0, and this becomes 1. Yes. And yeah, the sum rule still holds. 0 is 0 plus 0. And for example, this 0 is 1 plus 2 is 3, modulo 3 is 0. So we just do the sum, but then modulo 3, and then it will work. So the width of each of those numbers, I want to get a lot of one line so I can print a lot. So I want to have a minimum spacing, so I think I can even do something like remove this column here, and this column, and so on. Control V X. Doesn't really look good, but well, maybe I should make it a variable, now I think about it. See how that looks. Ah, it's good. It's readable enough. And then we get here also one space in between. Okay. Christmas tree, yay. Sashindo, yeah, it's in the description and I'm explaining it. It's a sub problem, but it's the only thing I will do today. Oh well, in this stream anyway. Okay, so well, I'm trying to find the binomial nk modulo 3 n over k modulo 3, and I just explained how that works. Well, this is n, this is k, and this is the modulo 3. Is it a Vim? My editor is new Vim, yeah. Okay, so about indentation. If I use a, let's call this, let's call this a spacing of 1 between them. Now, yeah, you need an odd number of spacing. Let's say the spacing is like the number of spaces between them, between each number. So spacing is then, let's say, S is 2 times some some constant. T plus 1. In this case, T is 0, so we have only one space. And let's define that as a constant here. Not sure where to put it yet. Could put it in main, could put it global namespace. It seems ugly, but it is maybe it's not object oriented. I don't like putting things in global namespace. I'll put it here for now, I guess. So just an int const. It's t. Set t to 0. Then we can calculate s. 2 times t plus 1. And I need a maximum n. So I think only the value of n matters again, and then we print everything. So we'll also know the maximum value of k. So that's equal to n. So let's say n max or something. Just define that as 4 in this case. What do you mean ping? Ping my GitHub profile? What do you mean? Oh, I don't understand what you mean. Standard vector. Already add vector? I didn't, I think. Right, well, obviously, then we start with n is 0 at the top. And then we go till n max. Well, all the way up to and including n max. And then I want to start with printing n, which I already do. And then say at least 2 spaces. Let's call this the width W up till that point being here, and then this space just belongs to the width of the one, which is equal to s. So then this one is indented one more time. Okay, let's set the width as well. Int const w to 2 spaces. Then the total indentation is going to be w here plus s plus s plus s plus s, so times 4 times s. So it's w plus n max times s. That is the initial indent. So I'm going to do indentation. The initial indent is at the top, w plus n max times s. Well, looks like correct. And then every time we go one down, I have to subtract s, right? Okay, now we can print a value here. I begin with n. Sorry, the first number here, I want to print this one as well. So I print n with the total width is, well, 2 at the moment. Maybe n goes beyond 99, so let's make the width 3. I don't think I'll go much farther. And then no indentation, followed by print the binomial value. But that's a whole list of things, so I could probably better make a loop here. So we're going to loop over all the values of this row here. It's my yeah, it's not too small. Print we print the value v from the row with an indentation of indent. Sorry, the width must be specified first. The width is s plus 1. Right, now since the row is not changed and only contains a 1, we should get this 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, like that. Let's test it. And that worked. Out of the box. So now let's increment row every time. Printing, whatever. So here we're done with that, done with printing. Okay. Calculate the next row. Well, fortunately, now it changes every time. Okay, we have to grow the row by 1. So I'm going to resize it to the current size plus 1, but hey, we know what it is, because here n is 1. So n is still 1, no, n is 0, and I'm already going to grow it. Maybe I should do it the other way around. Fill even the 0 in it, sorry, the 1 into it. So just fill it here and make this one empty. I think that should work. So now the top, you want to fill it with one element, because n is 0, aka n plus 1. Now I get 2 here, 3 here, and so on. So that's all every time. One more element than n, the value of n. And I now want to fill it with, and it's kind of not working for n is 0. Well, I'm gonna make it work. Okay, so I is 0 till I is less than or equal n. Why not call that k? I'm an idiot. K. So the value of k here starts also at 0 and then runs all the way up till n including n. Yep, and now I want to fill the row. Fill it as in, we already resized it, so now it's just an array, and I can use k as index. And then we put the right value into it, and then we can print it. Okay, and then the right value is then, well, suppose we're somewhere in the middle, no special cases yet. Let's say we are here, then we want to add those two. So that is the value of the previous row. Oh, I just overwrote that. I mean, if I'm filling it left to right, then I'm overriding the first one, and then for the next one I need that value. So maybe I should start at the back instead. So this one is just 1, and then this one is itself plus the previous value. Ta-da, that works. Yeah, totally. So I start at the end. K is n larger than or equal 0. Minus 1. Although probably larger than or equal 0 is not smart, but we'll fix that in a second. So now I can do a row k. So let's say k is 3 here. I want to add that one plus that one, and that one is itself, it's the previous row at that position. So I simply want to add, well, let's write it like this. I just want to add itself plus row k minus 1. And then modulo 3. Yeah, but in principle that works, except that now I'm subtracting 1 here, which is not possible for k equals 0. So instead of running to 0, we run all the way up till 1, not 0 itself. And then we still have to fill k0, but hey, that was already filled. Except the first time. But in theory, we don't have to fill, if we are somewhere here, we don't have to fill the k is 0, because in the previous row it was already 1, except here. But we can fix that by, I removed even the name, by putting it back. So I just begin with the vector with just a single 1 into it, and then the resize will do nothing, and the loop will do nothing, because this is k is 1 and k is, wait, of course it's doing something. No, n is 0, so k starts at 0, don't do nothing, but we already have it. This is simply skipped. And then the next time for n equals 1, we fill k1 with, okay, there's a problem as well. This is undefined value. When k equals n. So then this I make if k equals n. So that would be the first value. We need to use a 1. And then I always forget what is the precedence here, but I think that it's safe to put a lot of parentheses around it. Okay. So with the first entry we always use a 1. That would be this diagonal here. And otherwise we use the previous value. And now I think it works. Apart from the printing, but it totally does not work, right? Yep, my indent is wrong. Let's first fix the printing. The indent is wrong the indent is correct, I mean, for the first value, but not for all the next ones. I'm gonna fix that. It's our local. A local indent, it becomes an indent. And I use the local indent, and then all the subsequent indents are equal to the spacing. Is that true? Yeah. Close but no cigar. No, it must be 0, because the spacing is used inside the width, together with the width. Yeah, okay. And then this is still correct. Yay. But why? Why is it filling it like this instead of all ones? For the rest, the triangle seems to be correct, but this value is incorrect. Maybe, I don't know. So the first wrong value is already this 2. That is for n as 1. How did that get calculated? If n is 1, then we have 2 elements. K starts at 1. K is larger than 0. K is equal to n the first time. I just set it to n. So I just should set it to n instead of this. It's not like here. Or am I completely crazy? Well, that looks okay. So now if, for example, I change, I just want to play with it, of course. Didn't do it for nothing. If it's a t to 1 more, then I get... no. Looks like just the indent is wrong. The indent should be 1 space less. The initial indent. Well, not easy. I also need the ASCII drawing, but I set t to 0 in my drawing, so I can hardly see how that works as a function of t. But yeah, multiplying this with s is apparently not correct. I think I should have multiplied it with t. And then that this becomes automatically also t. I don't know, let's just look what that do I get now. The other way around. Nice perspective, though. Okay, so it's maybe t plus 1. Yep, and then the indentation is too short. This is no longer width plus the spacing. Spacing is 3, and I wanted this to be width plus the spacing, I think. I might as well set W to 0 then. Yeah, it's like W plus the full spacing, the way I draw it to it. Well, it's not really, I mean, it's more like the step that it makes here. The spacing is, yeah, is 2 times this step, plus 1, I think. Now I see it wrong again. Let me just make a drawing with something that is a larger spacing. So like that. So now S is 1, 2, 3, and T is 1. And this distance here is T plus 1. It's kind of strange. Or is it? Oh, apparently it is. Let's not dwell on it. So my initial indent then is W plus n max times T. N max times T plus 1. I think that works. So now I have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Nope, it's not what I wanted. Now it looks like it should be what I want. So this is W. Oh no, I was adding that part as well. So got to remove one. One factor of 1 t plus 1. Where is it here? It's n max minus 1. No, it's what I wanted. Now let's increase n max like till 50. That doesn't fit anymore on my screen, maybe. Nope. Yeah. Okay, let's not make it 50 yet. Let's try something smaller. Does 30 fit? I doubt it. Oh, it fits. That's a lot of zeros there at the bottom. Wow. So yeah, if you keep, let's say, k constant and just vary n, then for k is 0 you just have always 1. And for k is 1 we have n modulo 3. Well, this is already more difficult. So just see all 1 here. Yeah, we do see a pattern, although I cannot highlight it. And let's say here at the top we have a little triangle with a 2 here, and that it appears again here, and again here, and again here, and again here, and actually also here, but then it's doubled. So you can see the whole triangle as being the sum of this triangle plus this triangle. So the same thing here. If you see the whole triangle as a 1, then it just doubles. So if you ignore every line that is non-zero, modulo 3 for n, and the same for k, then you get the same pattern again. Meaning that this triangle here, 1, 1, 1, and with the 2 here, this 2 also appears here. And then you have that this 1 and this 1 and this 1. And this 1 and this 1 together with this 2. And that repeats, so you get the 2 again here, and the 1 here, and the 1 here. And it's iterative, because you have here, or recursive, whatever. You have here a big triangle, and here as well, as you can see. It also acts in the same way. So you see that triangle again here, and here, and again here, but then doubled. So this triangle, this big triangle here, is the sum of this triangle plus this triangle. And so on. Oh yeah, Ricky, is it New Year where you are? You're gonna be kidding me. Where are you? In Japan, or where is that? That it is. Here it is. It's a quarter to 2 p.m. So I have many hours to go before this New Year. Maybe that's why I have not so much viewers as normal. It's in the middle of the holidays. People are doing something with other people instead of watching YouTubes. People are not working. Okay. For me, it's every day, same day. So yeah. Oh, talking about same days. I wanted to buy a few things, traditional snacks for New Year's Eve. And maybe the shops are already closed, or otherwise they will definitely close pretty damn soon. So I think I'll have to go buy that, otherwise I won't have it. Anyway, I think this repeat. Let's make it even bigger. It's a nice pattern. So I'm going to set t back to 0. And then we can print definitely 50 of them. Yeah, if you narrow if you look through your eyelashes from a distance, then you can see the triangles repeating. But that's the same as with the normal Pascal triangle, I think. The huge upside down 0 triangle here. All this thing, and then again here, little triangle, and here little. Inside that, even this super small triangle everywhere. Yeah, well, I think that whatever it is, that pattern is the what did they call it? Lucas theorem. I saw something about it here. I think this one. So I can think about it long and hard, but eventually it's probably simply this. That is that if you can write n as a polynomial in some prime number and m as well, then the binomial of n over m can be written, if modulo p can be written as the multiplication of binomials of each of these coefficients in pairwise. It's probably exactly the pattern that we see. Then I would have to simplify this for p equals 3, and then hope that I can find some code. Yeah, to quickly calculate it. But yeah, I'm going to sorry guys, I'm going to stop the stream now, and then I'll be back shortly after I bought something to eat for New Year's Eve. Or at least figure out when the shop closes here where I can buy that. So we'll be back later. Happy New Year in advance.